Jay, I wanted to ask you about Jack Campbell quickly. It seems like one of his top priorities coming into a new city and a new team is his relationship with his teammates. A couple of examples, taking Dylan Holloway out for dinner. He came early to get acclimated and see Stuart Skinner and build a relationship with him. What have you seen so far from Jack?
Yeah, I see someone that's excited to come to the rink, excited to be around his teammates. I think probably going back to his junior days, if you asked anybody about him and did a little digging, they'd tell you what a great person Jack Campbell is. And I think coming into a new city, the way he has, he's been very open to getting to know his teammates away from the rink. But what I've liked about him is his level of seriousness at the rink. I think the best form of team bonding is when you win together. And he's putting the work in required to be able to perform at his best to help our team win.
Sticking on the theme of goaltending, I know you won't give us the full lineup for tomorrow, but can we maybe get an insight on which goalies you'll roll with tomorrow?
Yeah, Skinner will start for us tomorrow.
Is he playing the full 60?
We're going to talk it over with our goalie department, but he'll start the game tomorrow for us.
Thanks, Jay.
Jay, you mentioned a few days ago, Dylan Holloway step up. Let's see how he does. I mean, he drew 2 penalties today and scored. Is he, involved to the extent that you'd hoped he would be? Or?
Yeah, I think he's had a good first few days, Reed. He's obviously a big, strong, power forward type. I think he's a powerful skater. I think that's what led to drawing those penalties today. I think he's feeling more and more confident in and amongst the big boys. I think his line's been good, but the real test will be as we get into this preseason schedule.
It's one thing to be big and or fast, but do you sense he maybe has that little bit of fearlessness? I mean, you got to get in the muck and go.
Yeah,
right?
I think he's willing to get his nose dirty in order to have offensive success. I saw some plays in Penticton where I saw a willingness to bring pucks all the way across the blue paint, willingness to stop in hard areas, and that was against his peer group. Now, as you know, we're in main NHL camp. He showed well for the first 3 days, but like a lot of people that are fighting for a position with our club, the real test begins tomorrow afternoon.
Jay, does it become that decision for a player like Dylan where is it better to go back to the AHL where he can maybe get first line minutes or so, or to be in the NHL? How much of that gets into the discussion as you evaluate a player like that?
Well, I think that enters the discussion if he were to be an in and out of the lineup type guy at this level. I don't see that yet. I think that's a question that will be answered over the next 2.5 weeks. And what you're saying is, do you weigh limited minutes in the NHL versus big minutes in the American? I believe that those answers, as I said, will play themselves out here, and he's going to show us where he's at. And if he's, able to play meaningful minutes in the National Hockey League.
Hey, Jay, what are you looking to see from the team tomorrow in the preseason game?
Well, what I would like to see is I would like to see us apply some of the things that we've been talking about over these first 3 days. I thought we had 3 really good days of practice. I want our players to play with a structure in mind, but not be paralyzed by worrying about trying to make the perfect play. I would rather them play hard, play fast. We understand that mistakes are going to be made, and we're not going to be perfect on day, exhibition game number 1. I think, I want people to show why they're in this position, play towards their strengths, and as I said, if mistakes are made, those are correctable on the bench or in between periods or the next day. But most of all, I'd like us to continue to grow. I thought we've grown each day here. We've gotten better, a little bit better each day, and tomorrow I'd like to see us take a further step.
So for players who are on the bubble, is what you're seeing like today and tomorrow going to be weighted less than what you see in games, 6, 7, and 8 of the preseason?
No, I think people are trying to lay a body of work down over their 2.5 weeks in camp, and that's something we challenged our guys with, was to make sure every day counted. But also have the understanding that if you have a tough day, or you make a tough play in an exhibition game, or you make a tough play in a scrimmage, it's not the end of you. You got to be able to recover from that, and it's about the body of work that you put forth over this intense training camp.
Is Connor playing tomorrow? Leon, how are you going to?
Well, you know what? I haven't even met with my coaching staff just yet following the scrimmage, or gotten any type of injury report. So we'll see what happens with that. But regardless of whoever plays, as I said earlier, we expect the team to play hard, to play fast, and to take a step. Good. Thanks.